Welcome to the United Cast. It's Entertainment Talks podcast for Man United and football. I'm your host Matthew, and today I'm talking about Manchester United's 1-1 draw at home to West Ham in the Premier League, which just finished about 5 minutes ago, or at least from the time I'm recording. We do have an email today, quite a lengthy one, so we're going to get into that a bit later. But thoughts on the performance? Not good enough today. If you play for a Manchester United team and it's the 37th game out of 38 games, so the second to last game in the league, and to comfortably get in the top three, you should really be trying to win both of those games. Of course, the 38th game against Leicester on Sunday hasn't been played yet, but this 37th game against West Ham is one of those, and I did think I was looking at our performance today and I thought, okay, we're better today. I don't think I think it's easy to be better than what we were against Chelsea because we were atrocious. But yeah, we were better today. But like I said, it's not that hard to perform better than what we did against Chelsea. Not quite making enough chances, not putting away enough chances. I had some problems with some particular players today. Matic wasn't good enough today. Williams made some mistakes. Rashford not looking sharp. I actually thought the defence improved a lot, although Williams seemed to have some problems with whoever was on West Ham's right-hand side. I'll go through the teams a bit later properly. I thought Fosu Mensah looked really good though, for some positives. Positives, I thought Pogba looked good. I thought Bruno was weird again. I've sort of discussed before with Bruno how sometimes he does some really awful passes, and then he does a lot better ones, and oftentimes he scores. Obviously he didn't today. I thought Greenwood was good today, really good goal from him. Thought Martial was actually really, really good. This is probably Martial's best game that he hasn't scored in, I think. There's a lot of stuff that he did today that I'll get into in some of the more player stuff, but in some of the player ratings and that later. But no, when these players, the coaches, the manager, all know what was at stake today. West Ham are happy with the draw because I think it secures them away from relegation. I haven't really tracked the bottom of the league table because we're not there. But yeah, when you go into the second to last game of the season and you know that, okay, we've got Leicester, one of the teams that we are fighting for top four with alongside Chelsea, for one of the top four spots that are left, which is basically going to be two of them, because it's either going to be Manchester United or I must say Liverpool, or Leicester or Chelsea. Only two of those three can get top four because, of course, Man City and Liverpool, have already got theirs, but not good enough today. I thought we were too slow today. I thought we were too slow from the back again today. We seem to really have that problem in a lot of matches. Like, De Gea gets the ball, he rolls it out fairly quickly or passes it to whoever or whatever the situation is. And it's, again, I thought Maguire and Lindelof were better today because, again, it's difficult for them not to be as bad as... It was difficult for them to be, worse than what they were on Sunday. So I thought they looked better today. Wan-Bissaka looked alright. Williams looked alright. But it's that passing out from the back, and I pointed out Matic a few minutes ago that he was too slow today, taking 4, 5, 6 touches and then doing a pass. Don't know what was wrong with him. He's been better than that recently, and I thought he was... When you're the player that's the holding player, because I know Pogba's sort of next to him, but Matic is the more sort of deep holding midfield player, whereas Pogba's the more box-to-box, and then Bruno's the number 10. I thought with Matic, when it gets to a point where, okay, Maguire and Lindelof too slow at the back to pass the ball out, which gives West Ham time to get forward. If that ball gets passed to Matic in this game, he takes too long to move the ball along and pass it forward. By the time the ball's gone from De Gea to either Maguire or Lindelof to Matic, West Ham are onto us, or were onto us in this game, and we never really changed or reacted to that. I thought in attack we were good today. We did mess up some chances in that, but I thought our build-up play was a lot better today. Still not obviously quite good enough because we didn't actually win the game, but a lot better today. There seemed to, in the first half and in certain periods of the second half, there did seem to be some intent to score, but still not quite enough. I don't think we quite realised what we needed to do against West Ham, although we should have realised what we needed to do. Speaking of the goals, of course we had 2 in this game. You got the penalty. Look, it's a controversial penalty to me. I don't think it was decided as a penalty, but The thing is, to me, right, if Pogba doesn't put his hands up as a human reaction to blocking the ball's gonna the ball, if if it's gonna be on the same trajectory, it hits him in the head and it doesn't go in anyway. So one thing I don't quite get, like, if you've got your hands tucked in, let's say the ball's gonna hit your chest, right, and you've got your hands tucked in, and let's say they're roughly where Pogba's were, but they're like lower down, so like his chest. Is that a handball? Because the point I'm trying to make is, if Pogba doesn't put his hands up, his hands aren't in the way, the ball doesn't hit his hands. Yes, it smacks him in the face, and that's like dangerous and that, but the ball still is gonna get blocked anyway. So is that a penalty? Like, it's not as if Paul Pogba has like stuck his actual hand out, or like stuck his hand in the air, or stuck his hand out to the left or right and like blocked the ball that wasn't going to hit one of his, I guess, fair play parts of his body, so either his legs, his chest, or his head. So the ball's going to hit his head anyway. Obviously, it's his defensive responsibility not to duck, because if he ducks, then the ball might go in, and then we might be 1-0 down anyway. That might happen. Maybe Pogba, maybe De Gea might save it. I don't know, but to me, it's like, okay, if a player goes to take a shot and it's going to hit you in the chest, and you have your hands on your chest, is that a handball? Same thing with your legs. I don't know why your hands would be all the way down near your legs when you're playing football, but players get into certain positions. If that happens, is it still a handball? If your hands are blocking an area it's going to hit, that's like a fair play area, does that still count? I don't really know. I don't know. But obviously they took it to VAR, they gave it a penalty, and there's nothing we can do about it. But like, if the ball's going to go over Pogba's shoulder or something, and he puts his arm up and he blocks it, that's a handball. If the ball's going to go above his head and he puts his hand on top of his head or above his head, that's a handball, because then the ball isn't going to hit, I'm going to use the word again, fair play area. So that's just my point. I don't think it was a penalty because of that. So yeah, I don't know. It's a tricky one. So but yeah, in terms of the other stuff for the performance, yeah, just not quite good enough today. We're Manchester United. We should be trying to, we should be getting minimum of top 4 every season, and we got one game left. We really do need to beat Leicester. Although if Chelsea lose tonight against Liverpool, for once I actually want Liverpool to win a game of football, we do stay third, which is good, because then Chelsea won't get more points. Because we're above Chelsea, I think, on goal difference as well. Or above, it's on goal difference anyway. So that's that. But yeah, that's kind of all I have to say for the performance, really. What I'm gonna do is, we do have our first ever email on United Cast. Of course, like I always say, if you want to send in your thoughts, feelings, questions, comments about Manchester United or anything related to Entertainment Talk, Matthew at entertainmenttalk.org, Twitter eTalkUK, there's a contact page and information in your show notes. I'm going to get into some more specific stuff in player ratings, because then I can go player by player and really kind of talk about the game, but we just still weren't quite good enough. So this is from United Lover. That is the name that's been sent in. There is an email here, but I'm not going to read the email because I don't have permission to do so. So I'm not going to do that. So if you're going to write into Entertainment Talk and you are going to send me an email, I'm not going to read your email on the name of your email on the show. I'm going to read what you put in the email, but not your email itself. So that's the name I've got. I don't know the person's actual name, so I'm just going to use the name that I've been sent. So United Lover says, do we, Manchester United, have I don't know what this word actually means, but I'm going to read the whole email and we'll see what we can come up with. Have a serious problem with, I'm just going to spell the word, Auspices. I'm not actually 100% sure what that means, but let me read the email and maybe we can get some understanding. So there seems to be a quote here, and then there's an actual message. I'm just going to read out both. Hi, I don't think so. I think we have a very good auspices, whatever that means. We have a great artist in that area. I think it's important that we are unite. That is very organised and very disciplined. That's what we need to do. I mean, I'd agree with us needing to be disciplined, so there's that. If recent performances are evident that Solskjaer has adequately tackled United's problem of conceding from corner situations, looking back at the Southampton game, the 2 game where we conceded in the last minute, which has obviously been a big problem, was a big problem in this game for us as well. So from conceding from corner situations and the like, then that will be paired with the arguably best open play defence in England. The simple size is small, but United's defensive capability is becoming increasingly well-rounded. Not sure I'd agree with that, whereby they are capable of defending all phases of the programme. Solskjaer has found his best defence at United, with Luke Shaw, Victor Lindelof, Harry Maguire and Aaron Wan-Bissaka making up a solid back four. I'm just going to pause there for a minute and disagree with you. I was thinking about this in today's game. I think I've said this over the last couple of weeks. I still don't think individually Maguire and Lindelof have been good enough, and I don't like their partnership. I think Wan-Bissaka, Shaw, I like Luke Shaw at left back. I like Wan-Bissaka at right back, although Fosu Mensah was really good today. I really liked what he did. I think we need to have Lindelof or Maguire and then somebody else, whether that's going to be Bailly or Tuanzebe, probably not Phil Jones. Or if Smalling's going to come back from loan to Manchester United, I don't know. Or if it's going to be a new signing. We've been linked with Nathan Ake, I don't know. I think you need to pick one of the two of them, which would probably by default be Maguire because he's the captain for some reason. And then I'd like to see Maguire paired with Tuanzebe, and then I'd like to see, if that doesn't work, see Lindelof paired with Tuanzebe. I'd like to see Tuanzebe be given more of a chance. I know at the moment that Tuanzebe's injured, so we can't do that. But I disagree with one out of the four players that you've picked there. But Luke Shaw, I really like him. Wan-Bissaka, I like him, and I like individually. I don't think the two centre backs have been good enough. And as a pair, Shaw has been ever present in the 15 programmes unbeaten and should be commended for his consistency. Yeah, I really like Luke Shaw. I like Williams as well. I like them both. You can actually play probably Williams at right back and then Shaw at left back if you need to. It's good to have options when you've got a full squad, so I definitely agree with Shaw there. It's bizarre that the Englishman still divides large sections of the fan base. Yeah, he still gets a lot of criticism, but that's the internet for you. Despite proving that he has become a vital part of United's winning formula. That I definitely agree with you on. Wan-Bissaka, meanwhile, is a contender for this year's United Artist of the Tide. The 22-year-old is seldom beaten by his opposition man, and is slowly becoming more proficient in the rearmost third. So I think he means in the final third, or I'm not sure. But yeah, I think Wan-Bissaka's been pretty good. I don't think he was that good today though. So, I mean, yeah, it's going to be different with different games. Admittedly, Maguire could benefit from a more imposing central defensive partner than Victor Lindelof. The partnership thing I just spoke about as well. I didn't pre-read this email, by the way, because I got it about 2 minutes before I started recording. So you got your email just in time. From imposing a more central defensive partner than Victor Lindelof. So yeah, like I said, if we had Tuanzebe paired with Maguire, or if we went out and bought someone else, because I don't think Jones has got a future at this club. And who's the other one? Bailly. He can get injured quite often, but I still like Eric Bailly. I still think he's good. But this does not need to be an immediate priority with the Swede. He's talking about Lindelof. Also impressive of late. I disagree with you. I don't think Maguire or Lindelof have been good enough, but I've said that already. United have solved their defensive issues and must now focus on building a world-class front line. I disagree with you again there. I mean, yeah, it's perfectly fine to agree and disagree. I've agreed on certain points, but disagreed on certain other points. I think that I think the front the front six: Pogba, Matic, Greenwood, Fernandes, Rashford, and Martial, I think are really, really good. I think what we need to do is get a new centre back in to either partner with Maguire, or maybe even someone new to partner with Tuanzebe, but then Maguire's not going to get dropped, is he? Because he's the captain and that. But yeah, it's a good email. Thank you very much for emailing in and being the first email ever of the United cast. It's very much appreciated. And yeah, I like to hear different opinions. If you think the defence has been good, which I definitely disagree with you on. I think parts of it have been good, but not all of it. Like you said, Shaw's been really good, so I definitely agree there as well. I think we missed him today actually as well, and against Chelsea. So, although I'm not saying that Shaw could have prevented the 3-1 defeat against Chelsea, there was a lot more problems than just our defence in that game. But no, it's good stuff. So again, if you have any thoughts, feelings, questions, comments on Manchester United or anything related to Entertainment Talk, Matthew at entertainmenttalk.org, Twitter eTalkUK is the contact page and information in your show notes. Let's take a small break here, go into some housekeeping, and then we'll get into player ratings. See you for that in a minute.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Donnie, and I host the Adulting with Donnie podcast. And this is not the show to listen to if you're trying to be a better adult. I started this podcast as a way to offload some thoughts that I have throughout the week. My topics vary widely every week. Movies I've seen, guns and gun control, sex, people that are stupid, why I don't care about celebrity opinions, TV shows, snowmobiling. The list goes on and on. I'm always taking topic suggestions from fans of the show too. So join me each week on Adulting with Donnie as I pour some bourbon and allow you to see the inner workings of the mind of a madman. Live free and rant hard.
I'm Christy.
And I'm Jackie.
And we are Killer Fun. We explore the intersection of crime and entertainment every other week.
For as long as people have been communicating, they have been talking about who did what to whom, and is that socially acceptable?
Because the boundaries of society,
crime,
and entertainment have always gone hand in hand.
The more salacious,
or weird,
the better. From books and movies
to television shows and games,
we look at how life and art imitate and inform one another.
And we can't get together and not laugh. So let's face it, there's going to be laughing.
Killer Fun is available anywhere you listen to podcasts, so join us.
Today's sponsor is Kualu. If you'd like to get started with a domain name and a website today, just click on the link in the show notes and that will take you over to Kualu to get started. They also have a live support chat system that you can use, which is in the bottom right hand corner. So get started with a new website and domain name today with Kualu. Hey everybody, if you would like to get the ad-free versions of all of our podcasts and support Entertainment Talk along the way, all you need to do is head over to patreon.com/entertainment talk. Sign up either as a creator or as a Patreon. There's no difference there. That's just the option for either becoming a creator now or just staying as a patron for the moment. And then all you need to do is support us at the $1 level tier. That will get you access to all of the ad-free podcasts that we've done in the past, and get you access to all the ad-free podcasts in that month as well. So it's a great way to support us on Entertainment Talk and to get rid of the ads and get your ad-free podcasts. You can also become a patron at the $3 level tier. That gets you access to ad-free podcasts and allows you to redeem a review of a TV show or a film of entirely your choice. That's one per month for either a TV show or a film review, which is at the $3 level tier. As always, thank you very much for listening. Back to the show. Alright, so recently on Entertainment Talk, as it is Wednesday today, a new Classic Reviews episode is available, Season 4, Episode 7, for the Jim Carrey season for The Cable Guy. So we've had 7 episodes so far. Truman Show, Lie Mask, Batman Forever, where he played the Riddler, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, Dumb and Dumber, which was last week's episode, and then The Cable Guy. So that's been the whole season so far. There is 4 seasons of Classic Reviews for you to listen to. Of course, the 4th season is going to continue to get released on Wednesdays, so have a look out for that. But there is 3 previous seasons as well. Classic Reviews, last week for Dumb and Dumber. I'm just scrolling down some stuff. I've obviously covered all the main night games this season, so I'm just scrolling past a few of them. The Chelsea game, the Villa game, and all that. The Palace game. TV talk from last week. We did another pilot watch type episode, which we haven't done for a couple of years actually. But essentially, Robert assigned me to watch the pilot episode of a TV show, and I did the same for him. He got me to watch The King's Avatar, which is available on Netflix at least in the UK and the US, and I got him to watch the pilot of Unbelievable, which is a Netflix original, so you can check that out anywhere on Netflix. Gaming talk last week, we talked about Ubisoft's disappointing Forward event. We talked about Flight Simulator, which is a game that's coming out, Crash Bandicoot mobile game, and we also looked at all the release dates that have been confirmed so far for now until January-ish. I can't remember when we did it up to, but the next few months at least. So all the big games coming out. Did a podcast last week called The Power of Naughty Dog, which I tied into Let's Play Sundays episode 50, just talking about the success of Naughty Dog, Crash Bandicoot, Jak and Dexter, Uncharted, Last of Us, all those sorts of games. Then did a Let's Play Sundays episode, which was for Crash Bandicoot 1, 2 and 3, and then The Last of Us Part 2, so you can have a look out for that. I have of course reviewed Last of Us Part 2, so you can have a look out for that as well. But that's what we've been doing on entertainmenttalk.org and on the podcast platforms. Alright, let's get into player ratings. David De Gea, he let in a penalty. Most goalkeepers are going to do that. I think De Gea made a good recovery from this week. Again, I don't think you could have played again as badly as against Chelsea, but he looked a lot sharper today. Certainly made some really good saves and didn't do anything wrong. So I'm going to give him an 8.5. I think a 9's maybe a little bit too high. But he didn't do anything wrong particularly, so I'm going to give him an 8.5. Fosu-Mensah I was very impressed with, got forward really well. I'm not sure why he came off actually for Wan-Bissaka. I don't remember hearing about why that was. I hope he didn't pick up an injury. If anybody knows, or maybe I'll find out between now and Sunday, then let us know. But yeah, he looked a lot better than what he did against Chelsea. Maybe left back isn't quite ideal for him, I don't know. Maybe he needs more time there. But I thought he looked really good today. I was very impressed with him. I'm going to give him a 9. I thought he was really, really quite good. I really want to see some more of him as well. He's quite young, just like most of our squad is. So I thought he was good as well. So I'll give him a 9. Lindelof and Maguire, better today than what they were last time. I didn't notice too many improvements in their partnership necessarily, but I thought individually they were better. I'll give them both a 6.5. I thought they had an above average performance. I don't think they did anything too amazing. They got rid of the ball when they should have. They did more of the basic stuff that they should be doing, but they didn't do anything too special. So I'll give them an above average rating, 6.5. Williams was alright today. He made some. He looked really, really tired when the camera sort of zoomed in on him, like it does sometimes. He looked really, really tired. I'm not quite sure why that is necessarily. He did have that concussion thing or whatever. He got sort of hit, didn't he, in one of the previous games or something. But I'll give him the same as what I gave the other two guys at 6.5. I thought we got bullied off the ball a little bit by whoever was on their right hand side, on West Ham's right hand side. But he was all right today, but he still made some mistakes. Pogba, I thought Pogba looked pretty sharp today. Still got caught on the ball a little bit too much, but sharper than what he has been, and looked a little bit more like the player that we think he kind of is. Sorry if you can hear the neighbours, I've got the window open. So I'm going to give Pogba a 8.5. Don't think he was quite as good as Fosu-Mensah, although Fosu-Mensah was only on for half the game. So but I thought Pogba looked pretty good today. Matic I'm going to give a 4. I thought he was slow. I thought he was too slow with the ball. I thought we took too many touches and just all over the place today with Matic. I'm tempted to give him a lower score, but I think 4 was perfectly fine. Yeah, just not good. I thought we should have been subbed off actually for either Fred or McTominay, but yeah, I don't think Matic played well today. His main problem, I know he's 32, 31, something like that. I don't think he's 33, 30 something. I know he's not as young as he used to be, and he's never really was a fast player per se, but there's being Matic and then there's being too slow, and he was just too slow today. So yeah, I'm going to give him a 4. Greenwood I thought was really good again today. Another great goal from Greenwood. I know he's been a bit quiet the last 2 or 3 games or so, but I thought his general football was really good. I thought his goal was really good link-up play there with Martial. I was very impressed with that. Nice little goal into the bottom right-hand corner for his side, bottom left of the goalkeeper. I'm going to give Greenwood an 8.5, I think. Who's my man of the match, actually? I haven't decided that. I probably should have. I should have figured that out before I did these ratings, but I think I'm going to give it to Martial, maybe. I'll figure that out in a second. Yeah, I should have figured that out earlier. But yeah, Greenwood, I'm going to give him the 8.5. I thought he was really good today. Fernandes, again, just does these weird passes, but then sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. So he's a risk taker. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and you're just never really quite sure. And it's not bad necessarily. Like, I'm not saying he's a bad player. When he does some stuff that's really, really good, it comes off really well. But yeah, it just does these passes that are a little bit too ambitious, I think, sometimes. I'm going to give Bruno a 7.5. I thought what he did well in the game worked, but what he doesn't do well in the game doesn't work. He's kind of a difficult player for me to rate sometimes. Rashford, don't think he was quite on the ball today. Got caught on the ball a few times. Did have a good shot. I think it was in the first half perhaps, which I think Fabianski is the goalkeeper's name, former Arsenal goalkeeper, which he saved. I'll give Rashford a 7. He had above average performance but didn't do anything amazing. I think I'm going to give my man of the match to Martial, actually. I think I'll give him a 9. tied with Fosu Mensah. I thought even though Martial didn't score, I thought he had a really good game. You don't have to score to get man of the match, and although Greenwood did score, I'm not going to give him man of the match today. But Martial did a lot of really good link-up play with both Fernandes, well, everybody that he played with, but mainly Rashford and Greenwood. I think he had a really good partnership with today, so that was good as well. So yeah, Martial is my man of the match with a 9 rating, which is equal to Fosu Mensah. So better today, not quite good enough still. For, you know, your second to last game, you should really be going for it. We didn't do that, wasn't good enough. We got Sunday to get top 4. I think if we draw, I mean, it depends what happens with Chelsea and Liverpool, which has kicked off, by the way. It's currently 0-0. I'm not going to know the score of that by the time I finish this podcast, because that will be in a couple of minutes, and that game won't finish until about 10 o'clock or so. But yeah, it's all down to Sunday. You know, hopefully Liverpool beat Chelsea. I didn't think I'd be saying that, but yeah, hopefully Liverpool win today. If they do, great. We'll still be third. That would be good. And then we technically, I mean, let me look at the league table. That will probably help me here, actually. So, as it stands, so Chelsea are currently drawing, which does put them with 64 points. We're at 63, Leicester at 62, so it's 1-1 or whatever. So Leicester 62, and then we're 1 point ahead, 63, and then Chelsea currently drawing 64 points. So yeah, if Chelsea lose, we stay third with 1 game to go. But if we draw to Leicester, I'm pretty sure that even if Chelsea lose, and then we draw to Leicester, if Chelsea win against whoever they've got on the last day of the season, let me look up who that's going to be. They will finish above us. Chelsea have got Wolves, which isn't going to be an easy game for them. So we'll just, yeah, we've got 1 game to go. We'll have to wait for tonight's result, Liverpool and Chelsea. Liverpool got nothing to play for. They're on 94 points, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. So look, if Chelsea lose tonight and we beat Leicester, we will get top 4. I think we will actually finish third if that happens. Yeah, because even if Chelsea draw and then Chelsea lose, I think, and then we win against Leicester, I think we finished third. I think that's right. But yeah, we should just go into Leicester, try win anyway, regardless of what Leicester and Chelsea do. So because you don't want to rely on other results for your league table position. It's not a good way to go about it. I'm not saying that's what we did, but you know, that's the position that we're currently in. So here we go. It's all down to Sunday. One last podcast for the season. I don't think that they've set any dates yet for the next season, because that'll be it for United Cast this season, until we play Europa League in August, which will be part of this season, but be played when next season's being played. It's weird, but that'll be the situation. So we'll just have to wait until either 10:15 roughly, or 10 o'clock tonight, and then 6 o'clock or just before 6 o'clock on Sunday. So there we go. Bit disappointing. Better than Chelsea, when we were against Chelsea, but yeah, whatever. I just hope that we show up on Sunday. We've got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 days of rest, and then obviously it's later, 6 o'clock, so they got the whole day of Sunday of rest. Obviously they're going to be training and doing that stuff, but yeah, we shall see. So thank you everybody very much for listening. Last podcast of the season for the Premier League games, at least, because of course, like I said, Europa League is going to come back next month, I think. And we'll see how the season ends, and then we will have a full look at the league table, who finished where, who got relegated and whatnot, and that sort of thing. So we shall see. Thank you everybody very much for listening. You can find everything that we've got on entertainmenttalk.org. If you want to support the podcast and support Entertainment Talk, we're on Patreon. You can have a look at the $1 and $3 level tiers. For instant podcast, ad-free podcast, and review podcast options as well. iTunes, we're on there. Please rate, review, subscribe to us. Search for Entertainment Talk. If you also want to find David, he is on Geektown, of course. He runs Geektown, and you can find that on iTunes as well. That's for your up-to-date and reliable TV and film news. So just search for Entertainment Talk and Geektown on iTunes and podcast services. Get yourself subscribed, and then rate and review those feeds as well. Like I said, David, Geektown, you can find that at geektown.co.uk or Geektown Radio on iTunes. Tuesdays is when the Geektown Radio gets released for your up-to-date reliable TV and film news. Bex is streaming quite regularly on Twitch, so have a look out for her. Trista Bytes, Bytes. Just search for that on Google or on Twitch or whatever and get yourself subscribed or follow her on that. Barry is doing horror podcasts over on Talk and Stalk on YouTube, so search for that on YouTube. You should be able to find the channel and find the podcasts on there for the horror discussions and lists and rankings and all that sort of thing. So look out for that. For us as well, and for everybody else, word of mouth, of course, you can tell people that you know about the website and iTunes feed, social media, Facebook and Twitter, and if you can, in different Facebook groups. That really helps us out as well. I'm also on Twitch. I'm going to be streaming, well, at the moment, Ghost of Tsushima, because I did receive it today. I'm going to be streaming that possibly some point tomorrow, and I'm going to be alternating between that and The Last of Us Part 2. There will be spoilers on the Twitch streams because I'm going to be going through the story, so there's that as well. And you can also find David on Twitch sometimes as well. Look out for Let's Play Sundays. Let's Play Sundays is on a bit of a hiatus at the moment. I'll let you all know when I'm going to bring it back, but please check out episode 50. Thank you all for listening. We'll see what happens on Sunday, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.